Mark Ruffalo, aka the Incredible Hulk himself, talks a little bit about how She-Hulk is really leading the way and the impact it will have on the upcoming Deadpool 3. So this piece comes at us from IGN, who got to talk to Mark Ruffalo, and they got to talk to him a little bit more in depth in terms of his time in the MCU, and of course his most recent role in She-Hulk Attorney at Law. And one thing that was brought up was just how different She-Hulk is in terms of what it has to offer to the MCU, whether it was the comedy, the weird characters in the series, or breaking the fourth wall. Well, this was brought up by not just Mark Ruffalo, but also people involved with the series, such as producers and the writers. And they all talked about this approach to the MCU breaking the fourth wall and how they wanted to make sure it's balanced very well for what they're doing with the series so it doesn't take you out of it. Now, in my opinion, I thought it worked really well with Deadpool 1, and I thought that was handled in a very smart way. Deadpool 2 went way too overboard with it, in my opinion, for pretty much everything that they try to do with it, which is why I don't really like that film. So the fact that they're comparing it to the first Deadpool, to me, feels like that they kind of understand what Deadpool needs to do in terms of breaking the fourth wall. And I think the more you see of She-Hulk, the more you get the sense that that's how they're going to handle it. It's going to be fun and games, but it's also going to matter in terms of what the story is telling, what they're presenting you, what their goals are, and how they handle it. And one thing that's always worked for me is Marvel Studios' ability to be able to balance different tones and varying, shifting tones from franchise to franchise and make them all come together. You know, you watch Avengers Infinity War Endgame, and how many different styles of characters in terms of their own individual feel in their own franchise they can shove together into one and make it all work. And that just sort of goes beyond what most people in Hollywood tend to be able to pull off. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it, but the fact that they're comparing Deadpool to She-Hulk and multiple people are leaning into, yeah, this is how it's going to impact the development of Deadpool 3, I think, in my opinion, is really good, because they already have a fundamental understanding of how you have to ground it without going too overboard.